Okay, it's Tuesday, March 1st. I'm buying some NVDA 240 puts at 12.25. Those go out into next month. And this is a bit of an aggressive trade here, buying the puts right here at around 240. You can see the opening price action started lower on the day and then really couldn't move up on the first couple of bars, and we're kind of heading now to the intraday lows, which given this kind of pause here, I'm expecting that to break and then head lower on the 15-minute chart and take out the overnight lows and head lower. What's a little tricky here, it's a little premature, but on the daily chart, I'm playing for this two down to develop. So we have to get below kind of that 237 to trigger that two down, which could really start the downside movement. And on the weekly chart, we do have a reversal to the upside that just kind of barely took out the prior week's high. And now, after 2 days, we're kind of starting lower here, but we're not really there yet. And until we break really below, this 237, then everything really won't get started to the downside. So I'm going to play it really tightly here, but just given the opening price action and the fact that things are getting weaker in the market and we couldn't get a good opening, normally in this type of environment, this should be a move down that should bounce and then, start higher because we're kind of inside on the weekly bar and inside on the daily bar. But for now, given the fact that we didn't bounce early in that first couple of 15-minute bars, and if anything, we tried to bounce like 5 times. You can see all the tails here, and now we're heading lower. I sense more of a breakdown developing, so I want to kind of take that chance, see how we could gain momentum taking out these intraday lows here, which it's starting to do now, and then if that can trigger the two down on the daily, then I can see that this weekly reversal here really might be kind of more of just a pause in the overall downtrend, which is, you can see here we kind of came up for 2 weeks and had these selling tails. We try to reverse, but I see the market overall maybe kind of pausing and heading lower today, and this could be one of the stocks that heads lower. So anyway, given all that, if that made any sense, just given that opening price action, I just don't see this really starting up strong today on kind of a typical inside day where you kind of you buy the lows and you sell the highs. If anything, I see this breaking down here, and like I said, maybe taking out this daily low of yesterday, and then that can trigger, moves to the midpoint of that big green bar, and then, even lower than that if really this was just a false reversal here last week. So we'll see what happens. It looks like it's breaking down. That's kind of what I'm going by. I kind of have the context of what I'm watching. If we don't follow through much, I can just get right out. But if we do, then there is good potential here on NVIDIA to go lower.